Hey guys, so I'm out here working on my driver today because I want to figure out which is better. I've got this 45.5-inch driver. This is the one I was doing my long drive training, but this is my 44.5 that I've been using for my gamer driver, and I want to see what the difference is. And just beginning to fool around, I can already tell that, you know, there is a big difference, and I'll show you right now. Okay guys, so here I am. I'm starting off with my 43.5-inch TaylorMade Mini driver with 13 degrees of loft. You guys who've been following along will know that maybe about 2 months ago I got really frustrated. Okay, so that ball was 259.5 yards. Okay, so I was really frustrated that I started to really miss some drives all over the place, and I pulled out my 3-wood and started playing pretty well. So I got this mini driver. So one thing to keep in mind is I'm hitting this driver right off the turf. It's not a 3-wood. I think it's more like a 2-wood. I can hit it off the turf, but you can see that you know, there's a 25-yard difference between those last two swings. If I tee it up, I can hit it a little bit more square, and it goes a little bit farther. I think I heard that the average tour player, when they tee up their 3-wood, they get 20 extra yards. So I'm pretty close to that distance. Maybe I get 15 to 20 extra yards when I tee it up. But basically, I play this, you know, I expect it to go in the, you know, 250 to 260 range when I hit it from the fairway. And I've hit it about 270, 280 when I've teed it up. But the one thing that we're going to notice more than anything else is I hit this club the straightest. I hit it the shortest and the straightest, which is not too hard to understand, because if you hit a drive, say you're aimed right down the middle of the fairway, and you hit the ball 250 yards, 5 degrees offline, you're not going to be as far from the center of the fairway as if you hit the ball 320 yards, 5 degrees offline. But the thing that I believe the most about hitting this mini driver is I'm hitting down on the ball, which puts more spin on the ball, which makes it a little bit easier to control. The misses aren't quite so bad. So if we look back over this last series of drives, we're going to see that I was averaging about 247 yards per drive, which the average scratch golfer hits the ball 250 yards. So the big question I have for myself is, if I could take a golf ball and plop it in the center of the fairway 250 yards out on a golf course, what would I shoot? Alright guys, so this is the GS53 Max 45.5 inches. I've been swinging about the low 100s. Let's see if the same swing, if there's any difference in the speed here. So after my mini driver, I decided to go ahead and pull out the big stick. I'm loose enough, I should be able to swing this now. So let's see what the difference is. Okay, right off the bat, we see a big push out to the right. So right off the bat, I jumped over 10 miles an hour faster, but the smash factor went out the window. That's a problem. But at 113.5 miles an hour, I could hit the ball over 320 if I caught it on the screws, but you know, the longer driver tends to swing me a little bit. Once again, I blew it out to the right. I tried to swing a little more smoothly that time. Again, I only flew that 256. That was 106 miles an hour, and it turned out to be about 265 yards. It's not a bad distance, but again, it's offline, blocked out to the right. Hitting a drive, you need to have some degree of accuracy. Well, that turned out pretty good. That's straight up the middle. Flew at 282 for a total of 297 yards. Again, that was only 105.8 miles an hour. I can swing this club. The fastest I've swung it is 119 when I was doing my long drive training. But I could hit this club a lot farther, but the problem is a miss at 115 miles an hour is going to be 2 fairways over. Okay, I thought I was swinging pretty smooth, and that time I turned it over. So that exemplifies my problem with the longer driver. Is a two-way miss. I can block it, I can pull it, and that drive was 275 yards. So the question is, with a 277 yard average, am I doing myself any favors swinging the longer driver? So I want to announce that November 6th and 7th, the first MCC Intensive of this year is going to be held at Minimal Golf Club with my buddy Sam down in Redondo Beach, California. It is gorgeous. The Minimal Golf Studio has multiple simulators. We're going to be using very high-tech materials to be able to diagnose everybody's swings. We're also going to make it out to the golf course, and on Saturday night, we're going to have a big old party down in California. So come on out, hit me up, Christo at myswingevolution.com if you'd like more details. But it's funny because I was talking to Sam about I've started this regular meditation practice, and it's like, it's me creating my own psychodrama. I know how to hit the shots. Now that was a nice drive, piped right up the middle. It's like I could shoot such good numbers if I just did that instead of trying to, I need to hit it farther. I need to hit it harder and all of that.
Everyone's mistaking golf is they think they need to hit it far and hit it long, but you really don't.
Well, the thing is, like that swing, I kept my arms connected, and when I want to hit it hard, I throw my hands, and it messes up my impact alignments, and yeah, but that just letting my body turn instead of trying to move it with my hands. It's just so funny. See, now that's a nice drive. I only swung 102 miles an hour, but I had low spin, about 2,000, caught it in the center of the face, hit it right up the middle of the fairway. That's really what I'm trying to accept at this point in my game is I don't have to hit the ball 320. I just want to be able to be at peace and, in a sense, get out of my own way. We're our own worst enemy out there on the golf course so often. I call it, the gorilla mindset, where I want to, just crush it. I have a buddy named Zach that's a great driver of the golf ball, and a lot of times when he's on one of these long holes, and he can hit it much farther than I can, I'll hear him say to himself, okay, you don't have to do anything special here. Yeah, let me hit it. I learned what I wanted to learn. I've got this 44.5-inch driver and a 55.5-inch. I grabbed my 55 or 45.5, immediately went up 10 miles an hour, but I'm not hitting it farther overall. There's the odd long one, but the misses are bigger. Yeah, cool. So it's just funny game. Like if I could just
live with that, I can play some decent golf, you know?
So at the end of the day, my longer driver that gives me fits, I don't average any more distance off the tee. It is true that my longest balls are much longer than my short driver, but when we look at the averages, it still turns out to be the same, you know, in the high 270s. So that's all I need to be able to play some good golf. But my shorter driver puts me in the fairway more often. And that's what I really want out of my game right now. So I always feel this kind of tug of war between distance and accuracy, but I actually, from my long drive training, I hit the ball about 20 yards farther now that I've picked up some efficient speed. So now it's time to control the ball a little bit more. So guys, I hope this video helps you out. If you haven't tried a shorter driver, I do recommend it. But remember, when you cut your driver down, it really makes the swing weight super light. Luckily for me, the guys at the Ben Hogan company, they take care of me. They made sure I got a 44.5-inch driver with a D2 swing weight just like I like. And you guys get 10% off all Ben Hogan equipment with code MySwingEvolution. So I hope you hit them long and hit them straight. Hi, I'm Christo Garcia, the founder of My Swing Evolution. A few years back, I picked up Ben Hogan's 5 Lessons book because I wanted to improve my golf game. Well, my golfing dreams came true. Today I'm sponsored by the Ben Hogan Golf Company. I've shot under par many times, and I even had the chance to play Ben Hogan in a Golf Channel special. So in this series, I'm going to take you through the most important lessons that I learned from Ben Hogan's famous book.